The guy had a face that looked like a demon, but deep down, he was actually a good student. Still, everyone mistook him for a troublemaker. Whenever he stepped outside, strangers would take one look at him and run away in fear. On John's very first day as a transfer student, he shocked the principal so badly the man nearly called the cops. Even the teacher's voice shook when introducing his name to the class. So, trying to show he meant no harm, John gave everyone a friendly smile. But that smile only made his classmates jump back in terror. When lunchtime came, other classes were chatting, eating, and playing outside. But John's class was dead silent. No one even dared to make a sound while eating. Only after John left did the classroom return to its usual lively atmosphere. News about John spread quickly across campus, and as the school's recognized top dog, Mark wasn't about to let someone steal his spotlight. So he decided to personally put the new kid in his place. The problem was, Mark didn't even know what John looked like, so he asked someone nearby if they'd seen the transfer student. Hearing that, John turned around and said, "Are you looking for me?" That moment froze Mark on the spot. John's presence alone made Mark tremble uncontrollably. Even his steps turned stiff with fear. Muttering something about the wrong classroom, Mark bolted right away. Later in an alley, his two sidekicks asked why he looked so shaken. Mark snapped at them and warned never to mess with John, because based on his years of fighting, he swore that John's eyes carried not just fierceness but a chilling sense of danger. Meanwhile, John was busy trying to build a good image. He picked up trash around the school to help keep the campus clean. Coincidentally, he ended up near where Mark and his crew were hanging out. When John spotted a dead tree, he tried lifting it to move it, but the moment he picked it up, Mark and his guys, hiding nearby, caught sight of him. Mark instantly started trembling all over again. Seeing John's stance, Mark thought he wasn't here to fight, he was here to finish them off. In reality, John was just as nervous about running into them and wanted to leave quickly, but the tree was too heavy, and John lost his balance. He stumbled forward, straight toward Mark and his crew. They panicked, thinking he was charging at them, but John was only yelling for them to move out of the way. With a loud crash, both sides froze, scared the other might throw a punch. John wondered how to apologize without making things worse. But then Mark, shaking and crying, begged for mercy and promised to give John anything he wanted. John was completely baffled. And just like that, he accidentally became the new boss of the school. Even the principal began worrying about the school's future. His classmates feared him even more. Teachers gave lectures with books in front of their faces, terrified John might cause trouble. But the truth was, John took careful notes and left right after class so his classmates could relax. Around this time, another transfer student, Maddie, returned from suspension. The first thing he did was challenge Mark and his crew, but the fight was over fast. Maddie easily crushed them. Just as he was about to leave, Mark weakly told him that the real boss wasn't him anymore. Maddie tried asking for a name, but Mark fainted before he could answer, so Maddie went back to class. When he walked in, he saw the other students' terrified faces, and he liked it, but none of them even knew who he was. Noticing Maddie sitting at John's desk, one kind-hearted girl tried to warn him, but before she could finish, John walked in. Seeing someone in his seat, John froze, unsure what to do. While John struggled to find the right words, Maddie turned and caught sight of his face. One look was enough to leave Maddie speechless in fear. John tried to offer a handshake, but that simple gesture scared Maddie so badly he jumped up to leave, even forgetting his backpack. John thought Maddie was upset because he hadn't greeted him properly, so he picked up the backpack and ran after him to return it. But to the rest of the class, it looked like John was chasing Maddie to beat him up. Out in the hallway, Maddie fumed over how humiliating it was to be scared speechless. He cursed himself for looking so weak. Then he heard footsteps behind him. Turning, he saw John's frightening face and assumed John was coming to finish him off. Terrified, he pulled out a blade, ready for a desperate fight. But kind-hearted John thought he had hurt Maddie so badly that Maddie wanted to harm himself. So John sprinted toward him to stop it. Seeing him rush over with such intensity, Maddie swung the blade on instinct. By accident, it grazed John's face. Now John looked even scarier. But instead of getting angry, John just thought about how to stop Maddie safely. While Maddie was frozen in shock, John pinned the blade against a tree and checked Maddie's injuries. Seeing it was only a scratch, he finally relaxed. Then, in the gentlest voice, he told Maddie not to play games with his own life. After that, Maddie completely gave up. The once arrogant fighter ended up bowing his head to John. And from that day on, the two of them became close friends.